ప్రొఫెసర్ కోటిరెడ్డి గారు ICFAI యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి వచ్చారు. ICFAI యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి ఫస్ట్ టైం అనుకుంటా ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీకి రావడం ఈ రీతిలో కోటిరెడ్డి గారిని మాట్లాడవలసిన కోరుతున్నాను.
Good afternoon to you all. I feel it a privilege to be with you this afternoon at 3-day national conference organized by Department of Sociology. My topic for today's presentation is the development perspectives, model of Telangana, prospects and challenges. So I will take 5 minutes of your time to explain about development models exist at 2 levels. See, as in the meaning of development model, for example, you might have studied different development models, particularly economic students might have studied different theories, Adam Smith model, Karl R models, like that different models of development you might have studied. See, after independence, in the first 5-year plan, the Indian government has adopted Harad-Damar model of growth. In the second 5-year plan, we have adopted Mahalanobis model of growth. See here, as in the meaning of development model, the features of development model can be identified according to the role played by the leadership and the ruling party at the state and priorities of the state government. For example, if you take Telangana has focused more on irrigation, power generation, health infrastructure and education. The Telangana model of development can be referred to the period 2014 to 2023, we can say up to 2024. So during this period, 10 years of period, the Telangana economy has achieved rapid economic progress. The GSDP at constant price was more than 7%. And we have also witnessed some structural changes in Telangana economy. As far as the agricultural sector is concerned, see, the government focused more on agriculture. Since 2014-15, we have allocated more resources for both agriculture, irrigation and flood control. So as a result, the agriculture sector, see for example, the contribution of agricultural sector to gross state value added has been improved. The compound annual growth of the agriculture and allied GSVA, it means we can say Telangana state government's agriculture income compound annual growth rate was more than 11%. So at the same time, see, as far as the industrial sector is also concerned, we have come up with various supply side policies, and in various fronts we have come up with some demand side policies and supply side policies. For example, if you take some of the models across the country, if you take, see for example, you are aware of the Kerala model of development. Kerala is known for its focus on human development. And for example, Kerala, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, these states have achieved rapid economic progress with modest human development. For example, if you take West Bengal has succeeded in reducing the poverty line by introducing, see for example, by adopting land reforms very effectively. For example, if you take Telangana, even in Andhra Pradesh also, see for example, in the last 10 years we have not seen that much of effective implementation of land reforms. But West Bengal has succeeded in reducing the poverty by adopting the land reforms very effectively. So at the same time, for example, if you take Gujarat, by adopting industry-friendly relations, so they have created industry-friendly environment in Gujarat. So as a result, the Gujarat economy was able to attract more foreign direct investment, and the Gujarat economy has seen more industrial growth, and the industrial sector was modernized in Gujarat as because of industry-friendly environment. Like that, see for example, if you take Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, these states have come up with a regional planning. You might have heard about, before the formation of Telangana, you might have heard about the concept of the importance of regional planning. See for example, for the sake of development of the backward areas, regional planning assumes significance. At the same time, see, from economic perspective, the students should remember two important aspects. The level of development can be measured by two ways. Some scholars have used the rate of growth to measure the level of development. For example, I have mentioned at the beginning, the Telangana economy was able to achieve 7% of GSDP growth at constant prices since 2014-15. The Telangana's growth rate was higher than the national average also. So some scholars have used the rate of growth as the measure of economic development, and some scholars have taken into account the concept of human development. Because see, for example, without human development, economic development cannot be achieved. So though there is a close association between human development and economic development, for example, as students you might have seen Human Development Index. For example, if you take Norway, Sweden, Ireland, these economies occupy a prominent place as far as human development is concerned. See, though these economies have achieved prominent place as far as human development, compared to America, Switzerland and some of the economies, these economies are lagging behind in terms of economic development. So, there is a close association between human development and economic development. And see, without human development, economic development will not be possible, because you have to make use of the skilled labor force available in the system. In order to enhance the skilled labor force in the system, the education system should be modernized. So the health and education system should be modernized, and people should have access to health and education to enhance their capabilities. Whenever human capabilities rises, human development takes place, therefore economic activities will be more. There will be more economic activities. See, for example, at the time of formation of the state, for example, if you take Telangana, the agricultural laborers were more in the districts of Nalgonda, Mahabubnagar and Warangal. Even in both the rural and urban areas of Nalgonda, Mahabubnagar and Warangal, agricultural laborers were more. And at the time of formation of Telangana, the state was lagging behind in terms of infrastructure development, and which is very much essential for the development. So we are lagging behind in terms of infrastructure on one hand, and we have, see, for example, as far as the agriculture sector is concerned, we were struggling at the time to diversify the agriculture. 46% of the people depend on agriculture for their livelihood, and the agriculture sector was in distress, and we have also witnessed farmer suicides in Telangana. And at the, as I mentioned about the agricultural laborers, the wages of the agricultural laborers were also yet low in Telangana, and 30 million of the people were living below the poverty line in Telangana at the time of formation of the state. See, for example, as far as the Planning Commission is concerned, the Planning Commission in its 12th five-year plan document have mentioned the districts of Khammam and Mahabubnagar. These two districts were categorized as most hunger districts. At the same time, 9 out of 10 districts of Telangana were then covered under backward regions grant fund. So it clearly reflects that the economic situation of Telangana was weak at the time of formation of the state, and the revenue growth potential was very limited, as most of the districts were economically backward. Now see, for example, after the formation of Telangana, for example, the government has implemented number of demand side policies and supply side policies. The demand side and supply side policies have acted as the multipliers. See, they have shown some multiplier effect on the economic growth of the Telangana economy. So as a result, the Telangana economy has achieved rapid progress as far as the agriculture sector is concerned. The agriculture sector contribution from for GSDP of Telangana has been improved from 16% at the time of formation of the state to 18% by 2022-23. And at the same time, if you take the industrial sector, in industrial sector also we have come up with different demand side policies. You might be aware of demand side policies, means TS IPOS, TS IDEA, TS Pride. Such policies can be treated as supply side policies. These are the supply side policies. As far as the demand side policies are concerned, as already panelists have mentioned some of the schemes such as Raitu Bandhu, Raitu Bima, Kalyana Lakshmi, Shadi Mubarak. these policies can be considered as demand-side policies. So these demand-side policies and supply policies implemented by Telangana government in the last 10 years have shown some multiplier effect on the economic growth of the state. Thereby, we have witnessed rapid progress in the system. Now here, I would like to see from economic perspective, just see, I will take only 5 to 10 minutes of your time. For example, to evaluate the performance of various policies. For example, Telangana government has come up with an IT policy in 2021. It is for 5 years. So in the next 5 years, from 2021 onwards, the Telangana government wanted to enhance the IT export, the value of IT exports should reach to 3 lakh crores. It aimed at enhancing the IT exports from Telangana to 3 lakh crores, and the IT policy 2021-26 aims at the digitalization, particularly that is, for example, the digital empowerment among the citizens, improving digital empowerment among the citizens, innovations and entrepreneurship. And the IT policy 2021-26 also aims at creation of 50,000 employment opportunities in Type 2 and Type 3 cities, and training in basic artificial intelligence, particularly for the technically graduates in the system. And the IT policy also wants to come up with a startup fund with 1,300 crores. 1,300 crores for supporting 8,000 startups. For example, if you take the Hyderabad city, the IT sector has, see, as of 2023, the Hyderabad has more than 9 lakh employees in IT and the IT enabled sector, and working in more than 1,500 companies. Number of startups also has been improved in Telangana. And now, the very important aspect, just I will take only 10 minutes only. For example, see, we have seen different policies of Telangana as far as agriculture, industrial sector and different infrastructure is concerned, and IT policy is concerned. We have seen different policies like that. See, there are 3 important aspects which will be very much useful for us to evaluate any policy. For example, evaluate the policies of the government. For example, fiscal performance of the state government. Just for example, if you observe the fiscal performance of the state government, now in the, see, for example, as far as the total debt of Telangana is concerned, at the time of formation of the Telangana state, that is, Telangana had a debt of nearly approximately 75,000 crores. Now the total debt has reached to nearly 6.7 lakh crores. So at the same time, the total outstanding debt of Telangana was, in terms of GSDP, was recorded at 27.8%. See, for example, on the other hand, we have come up with a number of social welfare programs. And the new government which has come to power also wants to introduce a number of welfare programs. So already it would be highly impossible for Telangana to implement or to fulfill the objectives of all the welfare programs, as the Telangana government is starved of funds. See, on one hand, there was a cut on market borrowings. There was a cap on market borrowings. For example, during 2023-24, all state governments together can borrow 8.5 lakh crores only as part of market borrowings are concerned. Market borrowings of all states should not exceed 3% of GDP of the country. So like that, the market borrowings for Telangana government is kept at 42,000 crores only. So Telangana government can borrow from the market up to 42,000 crores only. At the same time, see, for example, there was a decline in central government grants from the center also. And we are unable to attract more grants from the central government also. So as a result, we are starved of funds, and it reflects the weak financial position of the Telangana government at this position. So there is a need to enhance the own revenues of Telangana. So to enhance the own revenues of Telangana, the important source is only tax revenue. It has to innovate the new taxes to improve its financial position. Number 2, ease of establishing new industries and businesses. See, for example, as part of some of the supply side policies, as far as the industrial sector is concerned, we are able to attract the global IT companies, and see, some of the MNCs also have entered into the Hyderabad city, and commensurate their production also. At the same time, as far as the businesses are concerned, just now I have seen that, see for example, since 1991, for the entire Indian economy witnessed the enhancement, the enhanced role of the market. Sorry, from 1950 to 1990, the state played a major role as far as the economic development is concerned. So thereby the models implemented at the Indian level were treated as Indian development models or state-led model. Though the government played a major role as far as the development model is concerned. But since 1991, we have seen the major role of the market. For example, we have come up with economic reforms since 1991. So the almost all state governments also have introduced these reforms have followed these reforms since 1996. And the foreign direct investment, we have focused more on attracting foreign direct investments. Now Telangana also has become a major destination for attracting foreign investments. And we have also removed restrictions on exports and imports. As far as Telangana is concerned, the America is the largest destination for the exports from Telangana. America accounted for 22.8% of exports from Telangana, followed by China, Bangladesh, Russian Federation. So like that, see, we have been benefited from the era of globalization also, particularly from the market. So the policies can be introduced by the state or by the market separately. So why I have interpreted here, finally just I wanted to emphasize the importance of the role of the government. The government should play an active role by investing more, particularly in the agriculture sector. Because in agriculture sector, there is a need to diversify the agriculture sector. So for example, farmers should be educated as far as crop rotation is concerned, multiple cropping is concerned, and organic farming is also. And at the same time, see for example, the third important aspect, social indicators for poor people's conditions. So in the last 10 years, as far as the statistics available from the economic survey is concerned, we have seen the improvement in the social conditions of the poorer sections of the people. For example, actually the demand side policies implemented by Telangana have improved the incomes of the households. Thereby we have also observed the improvement in the living standards of the people to some extent when compared with before 2014. So at the same time, the infant mortality rate also has come down in Telangana. Actually, in the combined Andhra Pradesh, Mahabubnagar stood first at that time as far as infant mortality rate is concerned. Because most of the area in Mahabubnagar at that time, we find most of the areas are very remote areas. They are far away from the towns and cities, and even primary health facilities are also not available then at that time in Mahabubnagar district. So now the people have access to health facilities also, and for that also government has come up with different programs. Now as a result, infant mortality rate has come down. At the same time, the safe deliveries also also are taking place. So as a whole, we can say now poor people have access to health and education facilities. So now, see as I told, this for example, now just I have given the three important indicators which helps us to measure the performance of the economic policies of the state. See, by concluding, just I would like to say, these are the some of the socio-economic challenges that the Telangana economy is experiencing at present, which are to be resolved by the present government. See, for example, number one, providing land security to the tribals. See, for the last 2 to 3 years, just you might have seen number of articles from different newspapers also. So the political parties are fighting with each other regarding the provision of land, land ownership, land security to the tenants. This is one of the biggest socio-economic challenge that the government would face in the coming days, and expanding the surface irrigation and at the same time creating power generation capacity. Actually, at the time of formation of the state, there was the peak demand was shot by 2,700 megawatts at the time of formation of the state. But there was severe power crisis in 2014. But after 2014, the power generation capacity of the state has been improved. Now it has reached to 18,000 megawatts, and at the same time, per capita consumption of electricity also has been improved in Telangana. The per capita consumption of electricity is an important indicator for the economic development of Telangana. And at the same time, see, for example, at the same time, hence there is a need to focus more on enhancing the power generation capacity and access to education and health to poorer sections of the people. Also, one of the, see, for example, as far as in the era of globalization, privatization has come up in a big way. Particularly in higher education, now we are observing a number of private educational institutions. Number of foreign institutions also have entered into India. As far as the gross enrollment ratio in higher education is concerned, the gross enrollment ratio among SC, ST, boys and girls is low, particularly in higher education. So, as you see, the higher education has become more expensive in India, more expensive. Even if you take some of the private institutions in India, see that education itself has become more expensive. So here there is a need to provide access to higher education, particularly for the weaker sections of the community. And whatever the policy designed by Telangana government hereafter, it should be more inclusive. See, all the remaining panelists also have mentioned about the importance of inclusive, and whatever the policy that is to be designed by Telangana, it should be more inclusive, sustainable and integrated. And through policies, the marginalized sections of the people should get benefited. The vulnerable sections of the people should get benefited from the policies designed by the government, and there is a need to design policies for the diversification of agriculture. And as far as the diversification of agriculture is concerned, we expect more investments from the public. Because, see, the private investments, we are not observing that much of growth in the private investment in the recent days. Even in Telangana also you might have observed. So, the public sector should come forward to invest more in agriculture sector, particularly for its diversification. And the MSME sector, for example, it has more employment potential. Under TS-IPAS, since 2014, nearly 20,000 MSMEs have been set up, and these MSMEs have provided employment opportunities for 3.5 lakh people. So, MSME sector should be encouraged, as it is more employment potential. At the same time, the employment potential activities. See, for example, as far as the real estate sector is concerned, financial services are concerned, there should be a comprehensive, the government should design a comprehensive policy, that such comprehensive policies, particularly for the real estate and financial sector, because these two sectors are more employment potential sectors. So, the ruling party in the state should focus more on designing the policies which should be more inclusive, sustainable and integrated. Thank you.